Welcome back, part 7 of Behaviour Change video tutorial. Welcome back to part 7 of our Behaviour Change video tutorial series. You've got 3 things we're going to be looking at this time, so more bang for your buck. We're going to be talking about attitude, PMA and willpower. So first of all, attitudes. Now, I don't know about you, but being in the health and fitness industry, I get some bad attitudes towards my choice of lifestyle from all sorts of people, even my loved ones sometimes, where they kind of challenge you. Oh, are you even allowed to eat cake, Rach? Oh, I bet you never chill out and just eat chips or ice cream, do you? You know, you're a fitness freak. You're obsessed with food. Well, no, I have to eat several times a day, so I'm going to think about it and talk about it maybe a little bit. And you might be faced with a negative attitude that actually deflates you or makes you feel pressurized into eating a certain way, or maybe not going to the gym. Somebody comes and says, oh, why don't you just chill out? You're always at the gym, even if you haven't been for several days. So we need to be mindful of when people are showing us an attitude and maybe coming up with some tactics to tackle that situation. One of the ways we might tackle it is trying to understand where they're coming from. Now, in my opinion, I always think, well, they're either a little bit jealous or they are really quite ignorant about what it means and what it entails to be healthy and active. So maybe we can help them understand better how easy it is to make small changes, still lead a fun, happy, healthy life while having a few treats. Now, there's obviously several options. You can either totally ignore them and just let it brush off you like water off a duck's back. What you could do is maybe invite them to join you on your journey. Say, hey, why don't you come with me? It's great fun, try it out. A really extreme option, which is one that I actually did take myself, is to get rid of your friends. Are they really friends if they're permanently challenging you with a bad attitude about a healthy attitude towards your own body, your own self? So a long time ago, I did make that decision. It was a tough one, but you know what? It was the best decision I ever made. And if you're a trainer or a coach, it's probably a big part of what you're doing with a client is helping them understand how to lead a healthier lifestyle. And if they're surrounded by people who are not taking that journey, it might be that we need to help our clients with some tips and tricks and maybe some ideas to how to respond when they are on the end of some negative attitude. So being faced with negative attitudes might mean that we need to tap into our PMA. So if you haven't heard of PMA before, it's your positive mental attitude. And this comes in a way of looking at certain situations, any situation in fact, but trying to reframe it sometimes into a positive way at looking at things. So even something as horrific as a bereavement where you've lost somebody, you can either look at that situation as, oh my God, my life is over, that's it, I can't live without them. Or you can reframe it using your PMA and think, well, look, you know, yeah, I'm hurting, but I had the luxury of knowing that person. They enriched my life and I was lucky to have them whilst I did. Now, wait, please understand, I'm not telling you to go and ditch all your mates or your partners or your family. But in certain situations, particularly when it's a really unhealthy environment or attitude or lifestyle around you, it may be that you need to remove yourself from that circumstance. So if we can, for ourselves or even for our clients, start to practice reframing certain situations to make sure that we've got that positive mental attitude geared around what we're trying to do in changing our behaviour. Another example might be when a client comes and they say, I failed, I've eaten chocolate, oh my God, it's awful. And we can encourage them to reframe this into, well, okay, we can't change that, but rather than beating yourself up, why not think of it as a learning curve and try and think about, well, why did I eat them? Why was I tempted? Why couldn't I restrain myself from buying that and eating that chocolate bar? And analyze how we felt and then how it's made us feel afterwards. And then maybe next time, you're less likely to buy and eat that chocolate bar. Finally, I want to touch on willpower. Now, I've heard from several sort of lifestyle coaches, gurus out there in the industry, and they talk about willpower is not limitless. I also think that when we understand this, have an awareness of this, it can help us again in terms of behaviour change. So if we understand that willpower is not limitless, it probably makes it a little bit clearer as to why it's towards the end of the day that most people start to struggle in terms of getting themselves off to the gym or eating the right foods. Most people will struggle later on in the day. You're tired, you've had a whole day of things going on, and what's happened is everything that's been going on around you has started to take away your willpower. The kids, the traffic, the nasty man at the shop, I don't know, could be anything that's starting to zip away your willpower. So by the end of the day, you either run out or you haven't got much left. So having an awareness of the fact that willpower is not limitless means that we can maybe plan better towards behaviour change, particularly if we struggle towards the end of the day. Clearly we can't change things like bad traffic or the angry man, whatever it is that we've come across that's zipped all of our willpower away. But actually we can start to plan and think and acknowledge that, listen to our inner dialogue, watch out for this danger zone, and actually plan to either avoid it, use some of our previous tactics, really take time to listen to the inner dialogue and think, hang on a minute, let me just take some PMA in here and wash through this low willpower zone and see if it helps. Also, don't forget that 4-minute rule. That's a great one for a danger zone or when you've zapped all your willpower, you've used it all up throughout the day. And at the end of the day, really tapping into that 4-minute rule, that's a great technique to use then. So how is your behaviour change journey going so far? Has this been helpful? Is it contributing to you changing your behaviour? I'd really like to hear from you. So if you ping me an email, rachel@biomechanicseducation.com, I would love to hear how you're getting on. And don't miss out. Next time, we're going to be talking about education, research and resources, part 8 of behaviour change. See you there.